Welcome back to the new video, and in this video we will talk about this interesting topic. We will see how we can automatically rotate the client credentials of an external client app or a connected app in Salesforce. So just to give you some brief introduction, earlier we used to create a connected app for inbound integration in Salesforce. So, having said that, connected apps are now deprecated, and Salesforce recommends, or Salesforce has stopped allowing creation of new connected apps, and it only allows creation of external client apps. So, within external client apps, we have one flow, that is the client credentials flow, which is one of the most used flow for inbound integrations. So we are going to see what happens if we lose credentials of our flow and we want to have zero downtime and change our client credentials. So let's get started. The prerequisites of this video are: you need to understand what is inbound integration, what is authorization authentication. If you don't know it, just check out the integration playlist on my channel. Similarly, I've explained the OAuth 2.0 client credential flows. I've also explained the external client apps, and I'll also share my full playlist link here. So, what is the problem that we are trying to solve? What if our client secret leaks? In that case, your Salesforce APIs are fully exposed. Anyone can generate the access token and get control of your data. You don't have any visibility, no control. Most systems that are set up use static secrets for years, and you will not even realize that your client secret has been leaked. So to fix this, before that, there was one EZ Protect session that I was part of, and one of the best practices I had shared there is you should rotate your credentials. So I got a lot of questions like, how do you actually rotate your credentials? Hence, the motive of creating this video. So let's start with the demo. We are going to see how with zero downtime we can rotate our client credentials and the integrations work as it is. So okay, so the first I so I'm in my Salesforce org now. So first step, what I'm going to do is I'll have to search for apps and then find out what the external client apps. Go to settings of the external client apps and enable this checkbox: allow access to external client app consumer secrets via REST API. So this is needed since we need to rotate our credentials and we need to have the access to have the access to get the client secrets over API. Then go to external clients app manager and click on new external client app. So we are going to create a new external client app here. We are going to name it demo creds rotation. Just I'll give it any email, and I'll go to API. I'll enable OAuth. Just giving it a random callback URL. For OAuth scopes, maybe like just two, three basic scopes. I'm going to give. But it depends on what type of access you want to provide the user for. I think that's all. I need to enable the client credentials flow. It gives me a warning that anyone with the consumer key and the consumer secret can access your org. Uh, I'll just uncheck this PKCE, and I think that is pretty much it for this. Let me click on create. So our external client app got created successfully. Now what I need to do is I need to go to settings and click on edit. Oh no, sorry. I need to go to policies and click on edit. I need to enable the client credentials flow from here. I just need to give this my username. My username is this. This is the user basically on which the integration will run. Ideally, this should have been integration user with the integration user license, but for demo purpose, I'm giving my user, which is a system admin. Then I can, if refresh token is enabled, I can set the refresh token policies, and then I'll just click on save. Oh, awesome. Now my external client app has been created. So what I need to do is I need to go to Postman, and I have already created this Postman collection to show you how to rotate your credentials. So it has 5 6 steps. So we'll go one by one. So first thing that we will do is we'll hit the Salesforce OAuth token endpoint, and this is the my domain URL. So you need to get the my domain, and you need to have the client ID and the client secret. So let me just show you how to get the my domain. Just type my domain, and you just click on my domain, and you'll be able to see the my domain URL. Yes, so this is your my domain URL. Then just click on just search for external client apps. Then we need the client ID and the client secret. So we need to go to the our newly created external client app. Click on go to settings, over settings, and just when you'll click here, it will redirect to your email verification, where you need. Once I have input my verification code, I can see this screen. So what I'll do is I'll go back to Postman, I'll update the client ID and the client secret, and then I'll click on send. So what this will do is this will give me a new access token with the specified scopes that I have. So I'll just copy this access token, because this access token is something that we require in the next calls. So next call that we are going to make is we need to get the external client app identifier, the unique key for the identifier. So first I'll update the authorization. So we need to send the authorization header with bearer space the access token we have, and we need to hit this URL, services data apps auth usage. So let me click on send, and you'll see I'll get the unique identifier for my external client app. So so my external client app is demo creds rotation, and this is the unique identifier for it. So, and I also get the usage details URL. So I'll just copy the identifier, and let's jump to the next screen. So what I need to do is I need to just update my unique identifier in the get URL. One last thing is I'll just copy the authorization that I did from the header, just the bearer slash token, and I'll put it in the headers. I'll update it in the headers. We are going to hit the get staged URL endpoint with the identifier that we got from the previous call. And I've also updated the authorization header. So just let me click on send. Okay, so if I see the result, so I see that I got an ID, and I got the key as well, the client key as well. Let me check if it is the same client key. It's ending with 3UI and 3UI. So this is the current consumer key that we have for our external client app. And now it is giving me that to generate the stage URL, you need to hit this specific URL. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, and I'll go to the next screen. And this does is like it checks if any staged URL exists or not. So let me just update the URL with our latest one that we got. Awesome. Then I've updated the authorization header. Let me click on send. So currently we don't have any staged URLs for this our client app. So what we need to do is we need to create a new staged credentials. Let's say we are at this step and we found out that our client creds have been leaked. So what are the next steps? So we found out currently we do not have any staged credentials. So what we need to do is we need to create new credentials here. So for that, what I'm going to do is I just need to update these two identifiers and the URLs. So I'll just copy the same URL from services, from the last request which we copied from the request before it, and I'll just update this. And one more thing that I need to do is I need to update the bearer token for this post request. So basically we are hitting the same endpoint, but now we are going to do a post request for it. So if I click on send, so for our client app, it has created successfully a new staged URL. You can see it is also sending me the key. The key ends with BATHG. And if I show you, I my consumer key is different from this staged URL. So now you currently have both the key and the secret, the new client key and the client secret. So from now you can use this client key and the client secret in your integrations. This is basically your new rotated credentials. Uh, the most important thing to highlight here is currently both your credentials will work. The old client consumer key and the consumer secret, and the new consumer key and the consumer secret that is generated through this step. Once we do a patch request, so the next step is a patch request. So once we do the patch request, your old credentials will stop working. So that is a very important point. Your old credentials will stop working, and after that, you need to delete those old credentials. So if you don't delete it, it will get auto deleted after 30 days. But after you do the patch request, only your new set of credentials which got generated in this post request will work. uh, so let us test the patch request as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy the URL we got from here, the stage credentials. This URL I'm just going to copy, and I'll put it for our patch request. And I need to update the authorization. So authorization, that is the bearer token. So one important work here, because still the old credentials are active, but once I click on send, so my my state is rotated now. That means these are my new credentials. Now the old authorization token will not work. So let me just send this request again. So it says that API, there is no stage credential to rotate with. So first of all, our credentials are already rotated, and then the bearer token will also stop working, because these credentials have become our new client key, consumer key, and the consumer secret. So lastly, last step is to delete the old credentials. That means the credentials we currently have, and then you can before rotation you need to update all the client credentials. Once you rotate, your new set of credentials will become the active one, and old one will stop working. So and the last step is to delete those. So this is something that you can automate with your Jenkins pipeline, or any of your CI/CD pipeline. So this is very helpful for having a secure integration framework. It is recommended that you rotate your consumer key, consumer secrets every 3 months. So I think that was pretty much it I wanted to cover in this video. So hope you learned something new here, and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future. Thanks everyone for